Being married to a jobless husband. Hi friends, welcome to Marriage Realities, a comprehensive relationship channel. Today's video will be talking about the agony of a wife when she is married to a jobless husband. Being married to a jobless husband can be quite tormenting to a wife. It is because when the husband is without a job, the onus of being financially responsible falls solely on the wife. When a wife is the sole earning member of the family, she is at a tether end, not knowing how to meet out all the expenses that crop up in the family. Are you a wife married to a jobless husband? I'm sure you're all at sea about the ways to manage your family. Money means a lot to your family. You need money for almost everything. When you and your husband earn good money, you do not feel worried about your family's financial status. But when your husband is without a job, you feel at loss as his contribution towards your family's needs become null and void. Without enough money, it becomes impossible for you to manage your family's expenses. Money is that important for your financial security and the longevity of your marriage. Though you love your husband with money or without money, you well know that you cannot live without being financially well off. When your husband is earning as good as you feel financially safe and sound. But when your husband loses his job, your immediate fear is the financial stability of your family. It is true that love is not about money, but life is all about money. The world does not care about your love for each other, but it cares about your financial status. This mercenary society respects you only when you have money. When your husband is jobless, the onus of managing your family's financial commitments become too one-sided for you. You have many family expenses that just cannot be avoided. You have your children's education fees, grocery fees, electric bills, mortgage bills, repayment bills, day-to-day expenses and many more. Many a time you feel overwhelmed by the magnitude of financial responsibilities thrust on you. It is not that you will stop loving your husband just because he is jobless. But you dearly wish that you would soon find a job so that he could again financially support you. If your husband lost his job due to a layoff, he cannot be blamed for it. You must understand that when your husband is jobless, his morale is crushed. When you add salt to the mental injury of your husband by constantly pestering him to find a job, he is further destroyed. Your constant fight with your husband about finding a job is a crushing blow to his confidence. When your husband loses his confidence, he might fall into depression. This is something you do not want to happen. When your husband loses his job, he can get a better one. But when he falls into depression, it will be difficult to retrieve back his confidence. It is at this time you must be supportive towards your husband. Your unflinching moral support to your jobless husband will act as an energy booster to him. You must wait patiently until your husband gets a good job. As you well know, getting a good job is quite difficult and it will take some time for your husband to find one. Just like you, your jobless husband is also waiting to go for work. Sitting idle at home while you're going for work is already wreaking havoc to his male ego. When you act derisive towards your husband because of his inability to provide for your family, he'll further shrink his world into silence and dejection. Your indifferent attitude makes your husband feel that you're unloving and money-minded. When your husband is sincerely looking for a job, you must give him some time. So, do not keep questioning him about his interview and how he faced it. Do not also deride your husband that he has no ability to find a good job. If you do so, it could make your husband lose his assertiveness and doubt his own ability. When your husband loses his confidence, it could prove costly in a search for an appropriate job. When your husband fails in his interview, you must boost his morale by saying that he'll soon find a job which will be much more suitable to him. When you're encouraging, your husband will feel confident and assertive that he'll soon find a good job so that he could start contributing for his family. But there's one word of caution though. When your jobless husband enjoys relaxing at home without really searching for a job, you must not allow him to stay lazy. When you pamper the laziness of your husband, you're only willingly making him irresponsible and converting him into a burden to you. Do not ever commit this mistake. Being indulgent to the laziness of your husband is not being loving. You're only spoiling your husband and turning him into a spoiled brat. Once your husband relishes being a spoiled brat, he'll forever remain so. If you keep providing for the expenses of your husband, it only makes him feel good just staying at home and doing nothing. You should not allow this to happen. If your husband is not looking for a job, you should stop giving him money for his expenses. You must compel him to find a job so that the financial pressures you are presently facing could be shared by him. When your husband is not interested in finding a job, it just means he wants you to bear the brunt of all your family's financial burden. When you let your husband go unscathed, you are only encouraging his laziness and irresponsibility. Your indulgent attitude could cost you your marriage. You must make sure that your husband is looking for a job. When your husband stays idle, you must not mince words with him about the pressures you are facing to run the family. Being a wife of a jobless husband often robs your happiness in a telling manner. When you are unable to make both ends meet, it's only natural that you get edgy and irritated by your husband. But you must also be understanding towards the agony of your husband. Being married to a jobless husband increases your family responsibilities multifold. You must play the role of an understanding wife who will stand by your husband in his difficult times. At the same time, you must make sure that your husband is not leaning too heavily on your understanding nature. Did this video make you understand the difficulties a wife undergoes when a husband is jobless? Marriage Realities will have many such relationship eye-openers. Subscribe to my channel to understand your marriage in a new light. Press the bell icon for updates about my latest relationship videos. Make love forever and till death do us part, your relationship goal.